India is undoubtedly the jewel in the crown of ancient sculpture. And although Rome is home to the Renaissance, an attraction which lures enormous numbers of people there every year, India is unquestionably home to sculpture which would put even the most efficient of the Italian masters to shame. However, conveniently, academia and the most of the modern world overlook these astonishing feats of ancient Indian history. There is lots of evidence suggests ancient India was the source of ancient Egyptian civilization. Let's look at this in more details. The Hindu Dharma began as a civilization rather than the Dharma itself. Nowadays, the world's political nature has curved the real meaning of the Hindu Dharma. But there are no present-day anthropologists and historians that may deny what influence the Hindu Dharma has around the world. Moreover, there are certain historical positions which related this civilization with the one of Egypt. The word Egypt comes from Ajap, a Sanskrit word which is the symbol of Lord Rome, who was the most distinguished forebear of the clan Aja. In fact, Aja was his grandfather. In the traditions of the Hindu, some rulers like Rama were believed to be God's descendants. Also, in the Egyptian civilization, the pharaoh was considered their god and even their descendants too. Their names were Ramses I or also II. From some ancient sources, it is said that Egypt's history dates back from thousands of years in time, during Yayati's times. He was known as the one with two wives, Sharmista and Devayani. When he became old and depressed, he required from his son Yadu, the eldest one, to make an exchange of his youth and his father's old age. However, he refused, just like the rest of his sons did. But Puru, his youngest son, decided to give his father a helping hand. So, he has been crowned the sovereign of the world. Also, they were called Puravars, later being called the pharaohs of Egypt. Puru then was made ruled over the domain of his father. In fact, there are several similarities between the Vedic and Egyptian civilization. Bjorn Stirner takes into account the transmigration, pre-existence of souls, principal trinity, division of the case into warriors, priests, traders, agriculturists, which are the principal essence of the two of the systems. Also, the symbols of the Nile and Ganges shores are the same. If you take a look at the phallus of the Egyptian Amun temples, you will see Shiva Linga as well. In the two cultures, the lotus flower symbolizes the sun and immortality of one soul. In Shiva's temples, they are said to have the strength to render a barren woman fruitful, and this is also the case of Amun's temple in Egypt. The contacts that India has with the Western world are quite known, but contacts with some ancient civilizations are still not known. There is one significant cultural relation, and it is in worshipping of the sun, cow, river, and snake in the two of the cultures. Recently, there was proof which shows some contact between the two civilizations, Egypt and India. The connection was understood thanks to the Lothal terracotta mummy, which resembles an Egyptian mummy or another similar Mohenjo-daro terracotta mummy. The mummies were said to have been wrapped in Indian muslin. Gordon Childe wrote about some Egyptian motifs and objects, which indicate the contact which existed between Egypt and India at the time of the so-called Indus Valley Civilization period. Cross-cultural and history contents are not able to explain the authentic parallels made between the imagery and the myths of Egypt and India during ancient days. One German scholar wrote that the lotus, which is a flower sacred to Osiris and Buddha, has its 5 petals that are the symbol of the head and 4 limbs. They also symbolize our 5 senses and the 5 digits. But not just the symbol, even mathematics has shown to have some influence than earlier Christianity. According to one American mathematician, the Shulba Sutras, or ancient Vedic mathematics science, constitutes this science in the ancient world of the city of Babylon. According to imagery, the lotus flower was prolifically shown how it grows out of the water, opening its petals with the help of the sun's warmth. After that, it invoked the goddess of abundance and wealth known as Lakshmi. In the Egyptian tradition, the blue flower was seen among the earliest paintings on the wall of the 6th dynasty, like in the Saqqara pyramid. Then, this flower became the leitmotif, being the symbol which connects water with the sun, earth with sky, signifying regeneration and fertility. We feel that regardless of what academia claims is the truth pertaining to the origin of ancient India, India is undoubtedly one of the key to unravel the real history of humanity.